drone fans, to another exciting episode of Job Done Drones. Today we're going to be testing the Mini 2 return to home function and also just how accurate this thing is in terms of finding its way back home. Okay guys, so we're just taking the little beast out of the bag and we're getting her loaded up, and in the meantime, just to let you know that return to home, if you're not familiar with that, is just the drone's ability to return to its launch point where it was launched from. And this drone is actually capable of doing this if it loses connection with the controller, or should your phone die or anything like that should happen, then the drone has your coordinates programmed in, so it can always make its way back to you. And I'm just getting the stuff out, guys. Remember, I don't have any carrying case just yet, and it should be on its way, so just holding out a little bit longer for that. Okay guys, so we're gonna take off, and we're going to be going to about roughly say 1,000 feet, and then the return to home function will be initiated, and we're going to see if this drone is going to be able to come right back to this spot and land, or at least as close as possible to this spot, because you want that safety net, especially when you're flying and you lose control or you lose connection of the drone. You want to know that it's reliable enough to come back on its own without your input. So let's go. Okay, so now that we have about 20 satellites, we're going to be heading out.
Take off.
Just lining up.
The home point has been updated. Please check it on the map.
And I'm just rocking this gimbal down just to show you that we're hovering right over the launch point here. So if this thing is as accurate as it should be, then it should come close to this spot right here. If I see where it's going off, even the slightest, I'll do a hand catch and stop that from happening. So without further talking, let's go to 1,000 feet, initiate the return to home function, and see what happens for this Mini 2.
Doing the bull dance, feeling the flow, working it.
So I'm going up to about 70 feet. Don't think I need to go any higher than that. And that's just enough to clear any trees or anything like that that might be in our way. So I'm about 76 feet, and our horizontal distance now is 500 feet and growing. And we're in the hilly mountainside of Jamaica here. Very beautiful landscape, as you can see. And as soon as it gets to 1,000 feet, I'm just going to be pumping the brakes and applying that return to home function. We're closing in now, and just a little bit more. 1,000 feet, there we go, on the money. All right, so we're just going to initiate the return to home function. So to do that, you're going to tap the H in the corner here, and we are presented with two options. You can either land, which we're not going to be doing in the position that it is now. We're going to be returning home, so we're going to be long pressing on that, and it should climb to about 114 feet. So that's a little bit higher. Notice that the height in distance is climbing, so it does that just to make sure that everything is clear coming back. There's no obstacles, and there it is coming back to us. We're just seeing what's happening now. So there it is, coming in. Okay, so it's slowing down. It's now stopping. It's right above us, and you can see the piece of wood from the altitude already. And it's way
landing.
Well, it's a little bit over, as far as I can tell, to the left, and it should be closing in on this tree, very close to this tree. I think it sees it. It's resisting a little bit. I'm not touching the joystick, guys, at all. It's doing this on its own, and those sensors that are under should be able to detect it. Okay, no need to worry about that. All right, so here it is, guys. So that's where the drone is, and this is where our launch point was. So to get things into perspective, we're looking at roughly 4 feet off. So this thing came back about 4 feet off, and if I'm to continue coming down, you'll see that it is really off by just that. So let me just change perspective here. There's the distance, guys. It would have started from somewhere here, and now it's coming down somewhere over here. So the distance from here to there would be about, say, 4 feet. All in all, that's close enough for me. I mean, you know, you don't want it landing like 20, 70, 50 feet away from you. That might be an issue, but coming back this close is more than good enough. All right, guys. So to answer your question about how accurate this thing is, it's not 100% accurate, but it's accurate enough to keep your drone safe. You disconnect, or should any problems happen, retransmission. So if you're iffish and buttish about buying this drone, whether or not you're sure as to whether or not it's safe for flight, coming back on its own, you've got your answer today. This drone is a beast. It will come back close enough, but it won't come back exactly on point. And that's it for today, guys. I hope you found something useful in this episode. Until then, it's Jam Down Drones, over and out.